having St. Nick's Day, a fun new family tradition for us back then, 13 years ago. And we've been doing it ever since. Somewhere along the way, I started making St. Nick's Day where the kids get their matching family Christmas jammies for the year, and some fun treats. So here we go.
Oh, come on now, Alicia. Come on. I mean, okay, there could be a real big element of truth to this, and maybe I'm nitpicking, maybe I am. I'm going to explain my thought process as to my justification for even picking up on this, but she is saying that they celebrate St. Nicholas Day every year. And to my knowledge, she has never posted a St. Nicholas video ever on her channel. She is saying that it has been a tradition of theirs for 13 years since their youngest was young, and they said that they had an idea for this tradition by observing neighbours. Without going into too much of a history lesson on St. Nicholas Day, a lot of Christians do celebrate it.
But we, up until 5 years ago, lived in a neighborhood, and our neighbors celebrated St. Nick's Day. And of course our kids are like, why don't we celebrate it? That's not fair.
But then in a video where she is making breakfast for St. Nicholas Day, she tells a story of how 5 years prior they lived in a different house with a different neighborhood, or the neighborhood that she's referring to in her very first or second story, whatever. And she says, you know, and my kids were asking, but I thought that 13 years ago, when your youngest was young, you came across this tradition. Do you know what I mean? It might have been a slip of the tongue. She might have meant something different. But there's too many weird inconsistencies. Number one, I've never seen a St. Nicholas Day video, and we know, because she's obsessed with the days of every single holiday of every single day of the year, we know that she would have mentioned this before. Also, they do matching pajamas. Like, we've seen them do matching pajamas, and it was not St. Nicholas Day. I'm just saying, like, if you want to use St. Nicholas Day as one of your days that you do, like brownie day, donut day, whatever day, do you know what I mean? If you want to do that, just say it, but don't act as if this is something that you've always done. I don't know. Am I right to be a bit skeptical over this?
So it became a fun new tradition for our family that we do, and the kids put their boots out by the fireplace the night before.
But hearing Alicia say that, you know, she has always celebrated this for like the past 13 years, when she has never shown us or talked about St. Nick's Day, St. Nicholas Day before, in my own critiqueful, humble opinion, I think this is just one of her, you know, days that she does, such as brownie day, cake day, toaster day, tea and whatever day. Like, honestly, she has it. She checks. She definitely does check. She actually forgot that it was brownie day the other day, and the reason why she does this is because it makes her content. You know, she's obviously found a niche where she can go and find out what cookie or what donut day is, even though that is the kind of stuff that they eat all the time. This is the kind of stuff that she cash grabs. She absolutely loves it. And this is just from me observing for a long time. Now, is it nice for her kids? Yeah, of course it is. Like, it's a nice tradition. It's nice to do something. But I don't believe, and this is just my own personal opinion, all right? I don't believe that she has ever celebrated St. Nicholas Day before. At least not regularly, at least not what she was saying, because last year was her peak, you know, everything Christmassy. She was out here like more so than she is now. She was spending money by the thousands. She was making days up at one point, and she was making a hell of a lot of money off of it, and she was doing the kind of same things. Literally, her content has not changed. It's just her popularity has gone down. Now, do you not think we would have seen a St. Nicholas Day back then? Like, it's all well and good to come out and say, hey, you know, we're gonna be doing St. Nicholas Day this year. Do you know what I mean? Like, it fine, but you don't need to, like, make up a story. I literally only say this, and I do only say this because last year, she would have shown us last year or the year before. She has been out on YouTube for a little while now. and she would have made it quite known. It would have been an excuse for her to go and get stuff. And people are saying, like, in the comment section, I have seen people say, you know, oh, this is just your excuse to go and to buy more stuff. And, you know, a part of me does kind of think so. Also, she's saying about the matching pajamas, and she now gives it to them on St. Nicholas Day. That's simply not true, because last year she gave them matches. I don't know, can't remember when it was, but it wasn't on St. Nicholas Day. It was not on St. Nicholas Day. I'm pretty sure it was like a part of their stocking, or it was the night before. I'm pretty sure they were among one of the many families that does like Christmas Eve presents as well. Now, what are my thoughts and feelings on that? I don't know. I'm very much just you know, New Year's Eve, you have like little arts and crafts, that's all fun. But like, your Christmas presents are your Christmas presents. I'm the kind of, you know, tight ass that it will be for pretty much the whole month. It will be like, Mum, can I have this? It's like, Christmas is coming around the corner. I'm kind of like that in November. I'm definitely like that in November. I mean, money is quite tight. And this is another point of interest, which a lot of people do point out around the Christmas period. And it is a very important thing to keep in mind, and is something that I really wanted to discuss because I remember discussing it this time last year as well. And that is the idea that this Christmas, even more so than last Christmas, is going to be insanely tough on a lot of families, a lot of people. A lot of people are having to go without Christmas dinner because they literally can't afford it. They're having to go to food soup kitchens for their Christmas dinner with their families. You know, that is the reality for some people. So then when you then go online, and it's not just Alicia, it is a lot of other families as well, sort of, you know, browsing shops and picking up this and that, like, oh, you know, it's only 2 weeks left before Christmas, I haven't got anything, but it's fine for them because they have the money just to be able to like buy it all in one. It can, especially this Christmas, we're going to see a lot of people going, you know, it's really, really, really nice that you can do this for your kids. But it's just not really the kind of content that a lot of people want to see right now. I feel like a few years ago, the idea of watching people spend thousands and thousands on, you know, presents and things is like a shock factor. But now, because people are struggling, you know, to the point where they're losing homes, they can't run their heating, etc. That just isn't appealing to the majority. And I am seeing those comments pop up on quite a lot of people's channels going, and it's not just Alicia, but Alicia is a very big culprit. She is like the tax write-off queen. She is paid more at this time of the month to go shopping than any other because, you know, she can claim taxes back on some things, and then as well as that, she is getting paid a hell of a lot more because it is Christmas season, which in hindsight, does that make me a bit of a hypocrite because I'm making more money off of like talking about Alicia, do you know? But it's true, and I think a lot of more people are struggling. For instance, Alicia has been out here and she nipped into a dairy the other day, and I don't know what, I think it was like $90 something that she spent on like milk and a cake. I can't remember what it was, but it was something ludicrous. And it's just stuff like that, you know, it must be nice. That's the kind of way that I think about it. Like, it must be nice. But that kind of content, I don't feel like that kind of content is going to be so much as, you know, it's not going to be as popular as it once was because so many more people are struggling this year. You know, and Alicia is known for doing these insane grocery hauls. So she did go and do an insane grocery haul. And then she then went and, you know, she then popped into Target, and then it was Walmart, and then it was somewhere else. And she's sort of like popping and browsing. But you have to remember that she can claim a lot of stuff back, and she is being paid to shop. That is the whole aim of the game. And in a way, that must feel a little bit empty. I mean, unless you have a shopping addiction, that is going to feel a little bit empty and unfulfilling if that is what you have to do to make money all of the time, is to basically just shop and spend and like hoard all of your things. And I mean, her kids will never want for anything, and we do know that. I think a lot of people have to remember that this is not attainable. Like, this is not real life for 95% of us who are watching. It's just not it's just not real life, which I know people do realize that. You do then also see comments where people being like, oh, I'm so sad that I can't give my child the same amount as this and that, and I mean, her kids are given so much stuff to the point when, and I will say it because I'm not ever going to speak on kids individually, that's not my vibe. You do see it with her kids who don't even really acknowledge the fact that they have gotten this, and it seems a little bit forced. They are being filmed whilst opening up these things, but they're given so much stuff all of the time that it doesn't really become, it's not like a treat anymore, it's not something really exciting. And I feel like that is just not, like, gift giving is a small part of, you know, Christmas, I find, and celebrations, and maybe that's just me, but I feel like nowadays gift giving, even for your own kids, that is a part of it. But then it's also like family time, and it's also like making memories in that kind of way, and I feel like so many people aren't able to gift give this year. And so when you do see people like Alicia who are just not even thinking about it, just like browsing a store, like, can we remember what browsing was? I feel like I'm only speaking for myself, but I'm hoping that there are people out there that can actually relate. I can't remember the last time I went into a shop, a store, a supermarket, like a standard kind of like boutique-y place. I can't remember the last time I actually went into anywhere and browsed, because I know exactly how much everything costs that I normally get. And if you start getting things that are off of what you normally get, it could be more expensive, which is very embarrassing when you obviously have to, like, you know, then worry that you haven't got enough for the next grocery haul. I feel like every single month food prices get more expensive, but then the amount of money you earn is staying the same, which is obviously the problem. So, you know, and this is all I'm trying to say. I think that everyone just needs to remember that people like Alicia and all of these other people out here, all these YouTube families who are just like buying their bloody kids who can't even drive, like, cars and all sorts. It's not real. They will be getting money back from that. And I don't know, it's not really like, it's really hard to find like genuine people that are just trying to show their real life without having some sort of a motive behind it, such as, like, you know, being able to, you know, having things that are sponsored, or having things that are going to be written off, or making money for doing this kind of thing.
But first, coffee.
I just think it's really important to know, and I remember making a video like this last year, and it's just everyone's yearly reminder, take a step back and just be like, this is not real life. But having said all of that, I will definitely be reacting and reviewing what Alicia is going to be buying for her kids this year for Christmas, because I feel like last year I don't really, how could you top what happened last year? I feel like if you can disassociate the fact that this is not a real, like, everyday household buying things, this is like micro celebrity people buying things, as long as you can, like, tell the difference between that and you've realized that she is not in the relatable, you know, mum looking after her how many kid camp. But I just thought I would just put this video out there. It's a bit rambly. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.